Godfather Minute. We are back with another Godfather Minute. I'm Alex Robinson.
And I'm Andy Robinson.
Together we are the Godfather Minute
Brothers.
Where we go through the Godfather movie 1 minute at a time, give you some behind the scenes tidbits, give you some fan theories, and crack a lot of silly jokes.
Do we give fan theories?
Well, I mean, that we are fans and we have theories about stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because that sounds more serious than it is. It's really just us kind of asking questions, wondering how...
You think theory is too heavy of a word?
Kind of.
Fan speculation?
Yeah.
Fan fantasies? Fan
I take it
fantasies?
back. You're right. We definitely come up with theories, fan theories. We are fans.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about minute 53 of The Godfather.
Do you want to take a guess as to how to say that in Italian, Alex?
Quaranta, quantera, quanatra,
Frank Quanatra? Think of 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cinque?
Cinquanta? Spanish is cinco.
Cinque?
Cinque is 5, so what's 50? 50.
Cinquanta?
Yeah, cinquanta.
Cinquanta.
Now we're 3. It's very similar to Spanish.
Tres?
Tre,
no S.
53.
53.
You got
53. 53. Minuto numero 53.
I'm very proud of you.
I have no facility for learning languages. But,
I've got no brain for big deals.
I can't wait to go to Italy now so I can just specifically just talk about minutes and minute numbers to the Italian people.
The gendarmes are going to call the U.S. Embassy. They're going to say they found this American rambling Italian
nonsense.
numbers walking around the streets late at night.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
No!
So, we're talking about minute 53.
53.
Minute 53. It starts, it's the end of the Tom and the Turk show, which has been going on for a couple of weeks now.
Tom and the Turk
coming at you.
I see their logo as 2 T's, maybe with cartoons, a cartoon of each of them looking around, like peeking from behind their T.
Got it.
So,
at each other?
No, out at the audience.
Okay. I'll go along with that.
You gonna draw that for us?
I was gonna say but the Turk would be holding a knife and Tom would be holding a
microphone
or a briefcase.
Yeah, that's perfect. Because nothing shows the evolution of the mafia more than a knife and a briefcase.
That's true. So would it be Tom and the Turk or the Turk and Tom?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm not sure the Turk would allow the Tom's name to be before the Turk's. He's got a bit of an ego there.
You think?
I mean, it would probably be better for business if Tom, someone more legitimate and American,
squeaky clean front man.
Yeah, but I don't know. So I think he's got a little bit of an ego.
The Turk and Tom. It sounds like a surf and turf or something.
The Turk and Tom.
Give me a Turk and Tom on rye.
Yeah. That sounds like their sandwich. And it would come with a big knife, spiked into it, stabbed into it. That's how you eat the sandwich. That's our bonus content for today. Godfather sandwiches, specialty sandwiches.
Have you ever had Godfather's pizza?
Have I had it? Yes.
And is it good?
I don't think so. No. I think it's kind of typical chain, even worse, just terrible chain pizza.
It's funny they never eat pizza in The Godfather.
No, I don't think so.
I guess that's why you have to go there if you want to see The Godfather's pizza.
Yeah, I think pizza. I heard pizza is more of an American dish than an Italian dish.
So the minute starts off with Tom, with the Turk. He's telling Tom,
I'm a lot of teas there.
He's telling Tom today, I'm a businessman. Blood is a big expense.
This is as Tom's leaving.
Yeah,
it's really
as Tom's
it's
leaving.
almost like he's trying to explain or justify
the abandoned diner. So is that a great line? Blood is a big expense?
Yeah.
It is a good line.
Yeah, it's a great line. I'm a businessman. Blood is a big expense. It's true.
Is it true?
I think so. Blood leads to wars, but ultimately it can be a good investment. Sollozzo's banking on it.
I was looking at the annotated Godfather, the complete screenplay by Jeannie Jones, and I was looking in the back of it, and they have an index of memorable lines from. So if you wanted to look up which lines are from the behind the scenes. Do you think that line ranks as one of the memorable lines in the movie?
How many lines are we talking about are in this bank?
Oh, it's probably, I'm going to say 40.
40 lines?
40 lines and he's still alive.
40 lines and it's still in. I'm going to say no.
You were wrong.
I was wrong.
It is there. It's the one before that it's in chronological order.
Okay.
Never tell anyone outside the family what you're thinking again. And the next line is Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes.
Oh, man. I don't think that stands with those two lines. Definitely not with Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes.
Right.
Even lay people know that line.
Right. You don't think lay people know
No way.
Blood is a big expense?
Definitely not.
Well, I guess if you're trying to fill up a book.
Yeah.
Well, also every line in the movie is listed in the memorable line section.
What do you think? It's a deeper cut.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like the top 10.
Yeah.
But
I think if you can't say who said it, it shouldn't be in there.
Really?
And most people would not remember that. Most lay people would not even know who the Turk was, Sollozzo.
Well, so that really makes it very limited. I think probably only I'm gonna make him an offer I can't
Only Don
refuse.
Corleone's lines would be in there, and everyone else's lines, but falsely attributed to Don Corleone.
That's something.
Keep your friends close. And
I handle
enemies
the social networking for our show. I guess I should mention you can follow us on Twitter at Godfather Minute. We're on Instagram at Godfather Minute, and of course on Facebook we're Godfather Minute. Or join Fredo Corleone's Mickey Mouse Nightclub. But so what I'll do is I'll sometimes search Godfather in Twitter and see what things people are saying about the term Godfather, and I would say maybe a quarter of all the Godfather quotes are not from The Godfather.
no way. What do you mean?
Yeah. It's just like any kind of badass sounding mafia line. They'll attribute. They'll say, "Oh, The Godfather." That's from The Godfather.
Wow.
And I can't think of any offhand, of course,
yeah.
but it would be like.
Interesting.
It'd be like keep your friends close and your enemies closer. That one I know. That one I know really is from The Godfather. But
that was Michael Corleone.
right, who does become the Godfather?
Yeah, that's true. He is a Godfather. He's not the Godfather.
The Godfather.
Oh, I wonder now that we're bringing it up. The Godfather. Who is the titular Godfather?
I guess in the first one, it's Vito Corleone.
Is it?
Yeah. Just gotta keep asking me, is it?
It's not Michael.
But is it?
Really, is it? I'm going to keep asking that until you change your mind.
I would say maybe Godfather 2 is Michael.
Okay. Oh, and that's why it's called Part 2.
Right.
Because it's a second Godfather.
Although it is confusing because it also showcases Vito Corleone.
Oh.
So it should be called The Godfathers with a Z.
Part 2 TOO.
Because there's two Godfathers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a Godfather too.
Yeah.
TOO.
So the front of the VHS would be, Marlon Brando with the cat. But then it would be like Michael Corleone peering around the corner saying, I'm the Godfather too.
TOO.
Yeah, TOO.
And then in a talking bubble or thinking bubble, is that what you call it?
Thought balloon.
Thought balloon. You'd have Don Corleone on that box cover saying, keep your friends close and your sons closer.
There you go. Your one surviving son.
Your youngest son closest.
What about me, Pop? So blood is a big expense.
It is.
Yeah. For dry cleaning.
And in this, it's ultimately the ultimate expense for Sollozzo. It costs him his life.
His life.
Right? His life. Sollozzo's alive. Life.
So why do you think it is a big expense? Because you have to then
because it
interrupts, it breaks up business. You have to suddenly start. It's like a fire you have to put out and make sure
for a few reasons.
Cover your
One,
tracks.
people typically respond emotionally.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Some people have to take action based on that. That's not necessarily good for business, but they have to save face.
So it's not necessarily the blood that's bad for business. It's the disruption of business caused by the blood.
It's the consequences.
Right.
I think also on an operational level, all of the people who are killed have to be replaced. So you have to promote people and then bring people into those ranks. You got your training programs, your professional development programs you have to implement.
What do you got, like a 6 to 8 week training program or something? So in that case, though, it sounds like the blood. Oh, that's only if it's your blood. Like obviously, it's not messy for the Turk if Luca Brasi gets killed because he doesn't have to do any of that replacement.
Well,
but
maybe
obviously it brings on heat, like you said about the
it brings
reaction.
on heat. You have to pay off more cops probably, so it's literally more expensive. You probably have to pay off more people. You have to arm more people. There's a lot of money.
More bullets.
A lot of money in them guns and ammo.
So they step outside the diner at last.
Mm-hmm.
They leave the murky depths of the diner and trying to think if there's any significance to that.
Being outside the diner?
Yeah. Well, an abandoned diner.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is that because food is such an important part of Italian culture and stuff that they're in a place where it's like not.
Yeah.
It's like a, not even a home cooked meal. They don't cook any meals there.
Yeah. It's desolate of food, of nourishment. Tom Hagen is hungry. That was in a deleted scene.
Hungry for revenge.
Sollozzo says, drink it. Remember? He gives him a cup of scotch. And Hagen says, in a deleted scene, Hagen said, could I get a sandwich? Could I get a sandwich, Sollozzo? I haven't eaten all day. You picked me up right off the street.
We only have turkey. Oh, I get it.
No. We're talking business here. Sollozzo, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day. This is not personal. I get
personal.
angry.
It's metabolic. So they step outside and it's just snowing because it is Christmas Eve, as we've established, or the weekend of Christmas Eve, the last business day before Christmas.
Tom's eking out some last minute Christmas shopping. Do you notice the fire going in that can?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Do I remember?
Did you see that in New York, or was that really before our time?
I don't think it's so much before our time as out of our social class.
Okay.
I feel like you mostly probably see it in like places where there's not a lot of economically not vital areas. Because if someone's going to leave a garbage...
Oh, I believe this is below our class, Alex.
No, I totally know that it's a snobby thing to say. But
that was my worst upper crust impression. I don't even know who I sounded like there. No, I hear you. But
we recycle our fires.
That's true. Were there can fires like that in New York City when we lived in New York?
Probably.
When we grew up?
Oh, when we grew up, definitely. Like in the 70s, I'm sure every street
Yeah.
corner in the South Bronx had a burning trash can.
I just can't remember if we saw it as we were driving through those neighborhoods, because inevitably you had to drive through some of those neighborhoods to
Bronx
get from one
and-
place
yeah.
to the other in New
Roll
York.
up the windows real high.
Oh, yeah, before the squeegee guy comes out. But did we really see that, or did we just see it on TV?
I can't remember seeing it in real life specifically. I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say no.
But it's happening. It looks like there are Christmas trees for sale right next to this abandoned diner.
Yeah, which is weird to me because like if it's so economically disadvantaged that there's an open fire in a oil drum in the street, it seems like a bad place to be selling Christmas trees right next to a fire in a place where it doesn't seem like it's a lot of foot traffic. But so
Yeah. Maybe that was maybe that's why Sollozzo's going into the drug business, because his Christmas tree business is not doing
you think
so
that's
well.
he's literally kidnapping people and bringing them to his businesses? Well, why are you here, Tom? Why don't you take a tree?
Oh, you got your kid a nice
You got me
not a
all
sled.
wrong.
What was the sled thing?
The flexible flyer.
The flexible flyer. Get a tree for the wife.
What's Christmas without a tree?
Don't get one of those fake trees. They're a big expense.
I was just something else with the oil drum, but now I can't remember what it was.
Sollozzo's failed businesses. That's so funny. That's why his last resort is going to the drug business.
He cuts down the trees with his knife. It takes so long to cut down each one. He has to saw through it with his knife. But then he can whittle it. He's into whittling.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That snow is real. That's real snow falling down.
Really?
From the sky. So I guess this was filmed in snow when it used to snow in New York.
Did they before they put a big dome over it to protect people from the harmful UV or solar rays?
Mm-hmm.
Did they wait for it to snow, or did they just film and say, "Oh wow, what a nice bonus"?
I can't imagine they waited for it, because it seems like that would be a big expense to keep the crew sitting around waiting for it to snow. So
I'm a businessman.
So I'm guessing it was just a happy accident.
Yeah.
So, if anything, maybe they rushed into it too. That's why they didn't have like any, there was no one. They didn't have any extras buying Christmas trees or anything like that. They just lit it with an oil drum on fire and
Wow, is that an oil drum?
I think it is.
I mean, it looks,
at least I haven't looked at it. I'm not looking at it right now, but
I guess I don't know the history of oil burners in New York City, but is that how oil was delivered in these drums? Probably, right?
I mean, I guess it could have been other liquids too, besides oils, olive oil.
It's Luca Brasi in there burning.
Oh yeah, so you mentioned the flexible flyer.
Yes.
Does Tom still have all his presents and stuff? Or are they waiting?
I think
in
he
the
does.
Like, does he have them in there with when he comes out of the diner? Is he carrying them, or is he?
I think he comes out riding it.
Going down the tries to escape.
He's all like, he tries to escape. That was a deleted scene. There was a chase in the streets. Of course, Sollozzo has to get on his old school sleigh, old metal dome thing.
They're chasing each other in the streets of New York. That would be an exciting. No real chase scenes in The Godfather.
No.
I guess it's like, I guess there are. It's not even on a personal level. There's not even a chase
He's got
scene.
a flexible flyer and he's still ahead of me.
Well, speaking of which, so
has there ever been a sleigh
chase?
A snow sleigh chasing in any movie?
I feel like it had to
chasing,
like a James Bond movie or something.
They
always have people on skis and stuff.
Yeah, skis. There are plenty of them.
So I feel like they must have mixed it up one time and been on a sled. Like kid James Bond.
Yeah,
Jimmy Bond.
Yeah.
So we find out that the Don has survived.
Mm-hmm. Well, before we go to that point,
yes,
I made a note that Tom. So when Tom and Sollozzo go out, Sollozzo goes and in the shot goes to talk to someone in a car.
Barzini.
You think it's Barzini? Oh, it was Barzini all along.
Oh, it's true. Good.
Wow, that's Carlo. Yeah. It's Carlo in the car.
It's Carlo, Barzini, Fredo, and
Johnny Ola running everything. So Sollozzo goes and talks to someone in a car, and while he's doing that, Tom is waiting he's just waiting there.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's waiting. Sollozzo earlier said, "And now you can go," or "Now you can leave." But yet they go out, and Tom just kind of waits around. Is he waiting for a ride?
I assumed that the car they went up to was the car that Tom was going to get in, and they were going to drive him back.
Because they blindfolded him and put him into a car and drove a little bit.
Did they blindfold him?
They did, yeah.
Did we see in the
No, it's in the book.
Okay, it's in the book, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because clearly they're in an economically rundown area. So they got to bring them back at least where the trains are running. Do you need a ride back to Long Island, Tom? Taxis are a big expense.
Tom actually figured out where he had been brought because he felt them stop, and he heard Sollozzo say to the squeegee guy, "Get out of here, get out of here."
Like driving all my customers away from my Christmas tree stand.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess he's just waiting for a ride back. But then Sollozzo comes back, and what does he say?
He says he's still alive. 5 shots and he's still alive.
Yeah.
I always used to say I quote that line all the time, but I always used to say 6 shots and he's still
You did,
alive.
yeah, you got it wrong.
I know, it's weird.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. There's a bit in the
I think
book.
the alliteration of 6 shots is better than 5 shots.
I wonder, have you gone back and counted how many shots the assassins...
You think it's like a conspiracy, like Lee Harvey, like there's another secret. Fredo was the one shooting. That's why he dropped the gun.
Oh, because it like
That'd be great
burned.
if Fredo dropped the gun and that was the bullet.
That's like one of the latest conspiracy about how JFK died. It was one of the Secret Service agents in the car behind.
Ah,
with
I
an
like
M60.
that.
Oh, it's a great documentary. Yeah, it's really interesting. But anyway, that would be funny yet tragic.
Yeah, unless Fredo was purposely trying to,
To get stepped over?
No, to get closer to the chain of command. He knew if I get rid of Pop, then I get rid of Sonny, and then I'm in.
Yeah. Oh, and then it ruined his plans when Pop lived and appointed Mikey. And,
Sonny still got killed.
yeah.
At least that part of Fredo's plan worked.
Well, and that makes sense because then throughout the movie, Fredo was still trying to get Michael killed.
In part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There you
it's
go.
still, this theory may just hold
Our
some
fan
water.
theory, you like that one?
Yeah, we are fan theorists. Nice.
So 5 shots and he's still alive. I love the way he says it through gritted teeth too. I think that's more what I'm imitating the way he says it rather than the
Sollozzo's acting is great.
yeah. It's bad news for you, counselor. Is that what he calls him, counselor?
Consigliere.
Oh yeah, consigliere. Yeah.
Now in the last minute, Alex, I asked you if you felt that Tom really believed it was a good deal, or whether he was just saying that Sollozzo in the moment just so he can. Remember, he said, "I'll try. I'll do my best," or whether he was just saying that to appease Sollozzo to get out of there. What do you think?
I think he does think it's a good deal.
And he even recognizes it at that moment under duress.
But I don't think I think he does recognize that it's a good deal. But when he says, I'll try my best, I don't think he's legitimately going to try his best.
No.
Because I think he has some, he can't be too happy
He's
about the
still
situation.
processing.
So he doesn't want to totally roll over and do whatever the Turk says. But, he does know it's a good deal.
Yeah. May I read from the book?
All right.
Gosh, I'm like a second grade teacher.
I'll give you a little bit of rope here, counselor, but it's better pay off.
I'll give you a little leeway, but watch it. As the judge always says. Judge never says, "Oh, sure, go ahead."
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Just keep
All
asking.
the time in the world.
Puzo writes, finally, Hagen's mind... So this is back in the diner, before they left. Finally, Hagen's mind was working. For the first time, he really believed that Sollozzo did not mean to kill him or hold him as a hostage. The sudden relief from fear that flooded his body made him flush with shame.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's really feeling shameful. Sollozzo watched him with a quiet, understanding smile. Hagen began to think things out. If he did not agree to argue Sollozzo's case, he might be killed. But then he realized that Sollozzo expected him only to present it properly, as he was bound to do as a responsible consigliere. And now thinking about it, he also realized that Sollozzo was right. As unlimited war between the Tattaglias and the Corleones must be avoided at all costs. The Corleones must bury their dead and forget. Make a deal. And then when the time was right, they could move against Sollozzo.
There you go. Yeah, makes
Interesting.
sense.
So he saw it both as a good deal, but still...
You get to swallow your pride.
But why did he feel that even accepting the deal and moving forward with that arrangement, they still needed to take care of Sollozzo later?
For you
But wouldn't
you can't
that
take a
mess up the whole deal? Or I guess the Tattaglias would still uphold the deal.
Well, maybe by that time they could have more of their guys start to get more, start to take over the drug racket so that they can get rid of, like they did with Mo Green. They kind of work with
bought
him, and
him
then
out.
once they want to take it over, they kick the Turk out.
Yeah.
And, I don't know why he's ashamed though.
I think he was ashamed that he had been feeing
That he was going to get
like he was
shot.
scared or getting killed.
He was personally a risk. He felt ashamed.
Yes.
He was a big chicken.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
No, Tom, it's up to you to make the deal. I spend time with my family. I swear I do.
It's no use. They start doing drugs next week.
May I read on?
Yes.
This is interesting stuff. But glancing up, Hagen realized that Sollozzo knew exactly what he was thinking. The Turk was smiling, and then it struck Hagen. What had happened to Luca Brasi that Sollozzo was so unconcerned? Had Luca made a deal?
Oh, I like
Isn't
that.
that interesting? So Hagen picked up that Sollozzo was not that concerned about Luca.
Also, as far as we know, the Don is the only one who knew that Luca was being sent undercover.
Correct.
As a spy.
Yeah.
So when he says Luca might have flipped, he literally, I mean, that theoretically could have actually happened at this point. But
although no one would have believed that. I mean, if Hagen,
that's why the plan is terrible. That's why the Don is slipping, because no one would believe that Luca,
I know,
would do it, and just happens to be right after the Turk approaches them about doing a deal. It's just,
although I mean, in the book that it is a few weeks, and he's sort of undercover, and this call girl that he's sleeping with is the one who brings them the story. But still, I know it's not a good plan.
Yeah.
In the movie, it's a terrible plan. It's the very next scene.
Yeah.
But I guess Don Corleone was smart to not tell anyone that Luca was going undercover, because remember what Michael learned from Pop.
What?
You remember what he learned?
What did he learn?
He said, you must think as others around you think. And Pop had to know that there were spies in the Corleone family.
But I'm surprised he didn't even tell like Tom and Sonny and stuff.
Yeah. At least so Santino could learn a lesson.
Right. But maybe that's maybe that shows you how tough the Don is, that he does not even trust.
Oh boy.
Like on some level he doesn't even trust Tom or even Sonny.
Maybe he trusts them but doesn't trust their abilities.
Yeah.
You know?
Like he trusts their loyalty but not their.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Santino's got a big mouth.
Yeah, I can see
because that was right after that scene too.
Yeah,
it was like something. Wait.
I can see him not trusting Sonny.
Yeah,
because he talks when he should listen. Mm-hmm. But Tom seems like a trustworthy guy,
but he's not a wartime consigliere, and so he could be pressured or bullied. I mean, if Sollozzo had even like held a knife to his neck, who knows what?
So if Jenko had been still alive, if Pop had Jenko at this time, would he have told Jenko that he was sending Luca undercover? I guess we don't know what their relationship was.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I mean, Jenko was there when Pop held a gun to the band leader's head.
Jenko was there for that?
Jenko was there, yeah.
So it was Jenko, Don Corleone, and Luca Brasi's office is getting more crowded with every scene.
Yeah. And it was Don Corleone who held the gun against the band leader's head.
Right.
Yeah.
That's another weird, strange thing.
And I think a 7-year-old Jack Waltz walked in too.
Oh, he had one of those ponies, a horse head on like a stick. Like one of those. Look, I'm a cowboy.
Look, I'm a cowboy.
He's still all gruff and. Oh no! By then he would have been all like a Russian accent and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I am riding the horse like American cowboy.
Let's see. I got a little bit more in the book. You want to hear?
Sure.
It's interesting stuff. But now is not the time to worry about such details. Tom had to get back to the safety of the Corleone family fortress in Long Beach. I'll do my best, he said to Sollozzo. I believe you're right. It's even what the Don would want us to do. Ooh, let me stop right there. Is that true, Alex?
It's what the Don would want. Don would want them to make the deal?
Would the Don want them to make the deal? That's what Hagen just said to Sollozzo.
I guess I would say no. So you think the Don would get shot and then be like, okay, make the deal? Or is it kind of like the thing where he'd want them to make a deal and then just so that he can... I'm going to say no, he doesn't want them to make the deal because he was refusing for all these reasons about the political contacts and the judges. Like, I don't know why, just because he got shot, he would suddenly be like, okay, I guess those lawyers and senators.
Well, for all the reasons Sollozzo is arguing that he should take the deal, is that it's going to turn into war and the other families won't stand for it. It's going to cost everyone a ton of money. And that's going to conflict with the Don's interests. It's sort of Sollozzo's forcing the nuclear option, and only Don Corleone can decide.
I'm going to say that they would come up with another way.
Only if they only had someone that they could.
Well,
like have kill Sollozzo and any of his bodyguards, someone they didn't suspect.
Well,
Maybe like Connie or Carlo.
Well, I guess that's kind of what they do with
I know.
No, I was thinking more like what they do with Frankie Five Angels. We have to mention Frankie Five Angels.
Yes.
Like, oh, the Turk's brother is staying at the Corleone guest as our guest. Do you know what I mean? No, we're so happy to make the deal. Like some like way of around it that would outsmart the Turk. I guess is, and I guess that's kind of ultimately what they do. Although it's Michael's idea.
Yeah,
and I think Michael's also the one who came up with the idea of having Frankie Five Angels' brother come.
Yeah.
So Michael's the one who really is almost more brilliant, at least at that stage, is a better strategist than his father.
Yeah.
Maybe when he was younger, he might have the Don might have been.
Yeah.
But also the Don's like an uneducated like rube, like in terms of like Michael at least went to college to get stupid. He went to the army, kind of has seen more of the world, and
even Hagen noted when they all met with Sollozzo that the Don seemed very peasant-like when he was greeting Sollozzo.
Yeah,
and
he's one of those
coordinating the meeting. Yeah, he was slipping.
Yeah, so
and
Michael,
he's
really
dead now, and there's nothing you can do to bring him back.
Although I guess even Michael wasn't that clever because he wound up destroying himself.
Yeah, he was too clever.
Yeah,
I'm not that clever, kid.
Just the right amount of clever.
Can I finish up? May I continue reading, Alex?
Yes.
It's really interesting how it wraps up. Sollozzo nodded gravely. Fine. I don't like bloodshed. I'm a businessman, and blood costs too much money. I like how they did it in a movie better.
It's more streamlined.
Yeah. At that moment, the phone rang. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. He himself felt a thrill of fear. Sollozzo was looking at him speculatively, and suddenly Hagen knew that he was no longer going to be set free. That something had happened that might mean his death. Sollozzo said, "The old man is still alive. 5 bullets in his Sicilian hide, and he's still alive." He gave a fatalistic shrug. "Bad luck," he said to Hagen. "Bad luck for me, bad luck for you." End of chapter.
I like that.
Interesting. His Sicilian hide. It's like an animal.
I think it's interesting that we don't see Tom's reaction to finding out that the Don is still alive.
Yeah.
It's just, you see kind of Tom from the back 3/4 shots. So it's interesting that they did.
Well, they had to show him like that because he was wearing the cue cards for Alettieri.
Is that why they had Tom in so many scenes? Because Robert Duvall was so good at holding cue cards up for other actors?
He was good at it, but that was part of his union responsibility. We're mentioning this because someone just posted on Fredo Corleone's Mickey Mouse nightclub that Robert Duvall wore cue cards in Marlon Brando's scenes so he could read his dialogue.
Have we talked about that before on the show?
I think many, many weeks ago.
Yeah, well, probably in the
very
scene
beginning. I think the very beginning of the movie.
Probably in the scene where they were, probably. So, and then that's it. Is that anything else for the Turk and Tom?
Gosh, that's it. That's all I have. It's another big news. Don's still alive.
Oh yeah,
he's a badass Don.
That's good news for us because we love all those minutes that have the Don. And even better news for the listener.
I like how you turned that. That was bad news for the Turk and bad news for Tom, but you made it good news for us and even better news for the listener.
I thought
You're an optimist.
I thought he said it was bad news for me and even worse news for you.
We're gonna have to look at this.
I will look right now in the script book.
I think he says bad news.
He's still alive.
Because why would it be worse news for him?
Oh yeah, well that's bad luck for me and bad luck for you if you don't make that deal.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's a great twist in the story. Because I try to imagine myself watching this for the first time.
Yeah.
And wondering, oh, wow, what does this mean now? He's still alive.
Right.
Is he going to be coherent and calling shots?
Right.
Or
don't say shots.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Vito. Or is Sonny now calling the shots?
We don't know because
what
they should do is cut back to the Corleone compound so we can find out what's going on.
They really should do that.
This is the last time we see the Turk, I think, until he gets shot, right? Are there any scenes with the Turk?
I think you're right. I think when they pick up Michael in the car
Yeah.
and the Turk's in the back seat.
Right, yeah.
Says, gotta frisk you.
Hello, Carlo. I frisk 1,000 young punks.
Oh, I can't wait to get to the McCluskey stuff.
I watched another Turner Classic movie that had Sterling Hayden, that actor, in it.
Oh, really?
Because I saw that his name was in the thing, and I basically was just fast forward because it was like a movie from like the 60s or something. So I was fast forwarding and trying to, is that Sterling Hayden? Trying to see if I could write. And then there's one guy's like, that's definitely him.
Yeah.
What movie was it? I don't remember.
Do you remember what character he played? What kind of character?
No,
That's awesome.
I don't remember what it was. I wish I should have wrote it down.
Well, it's so funny. These guys definitely didn't think that this would be their most notable role.
I was watching. I know you watched it. That Wild Wild Country, the documentary on Netflix about the Rajneesh. Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a bit about one of the wives of one of the producers of The Godfather becoming a member of that cult?
That's right.
It's funny to imagine.
Yeah, and that's sort of the last iteration of the cult.
Right,
while it was still in Oregon. Yeah, that's right. And she was the one who was bankrolling. There were a bunch of Hollywood people who joined the cult and were bankrolling it. And
kind of took it over.
That's right.
That's funny.
I remember my first thought was, of course, she's got tons of dough because Paramount makes so much money from their logo. It's still, that logo funded the greatest or one of the biggest cults in the still to this day, the largest act of domestic bioterrorism in the U.S.
We won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen
spoiler
it. No, I mean that's an exciting.
It's a good documentary.
Yeah, it is a good documentary. All right, so then we go back to the Corleone compound. The house and Michael's car pulls up. Well, a car pulls up. Michael gets out. It's funny to me that the car pulls up. Michael gets out, walks into the house. And then the car basically drives behind him, like into the compound. Why didn't they just let Michael out? Why did they let Michael out outside the gate and have him walk in as opposed to having the car drive up to the door and having him get out? Especially if you're trying to protect him. You think you'd want him outside as little as possible.
Yeah. It's like anti-valet. They drop you off as far away from the place. Is it a safety issue?
I don't know.
Or maybe they were going to park it and he was walking to a different part of that.
The car literally more or less follows the same path that he. The only thing I can think of is that movie-wise, we've seen that outside of the Corleone compound. That's where Sonny beat up through the camera, and stuff. So it's just reminding the audience that this is where they are, as opposed to just showing.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
But
it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. I can't think of it. Well, maybe we'll have to speak with a security consultant to see if there's some reason.
Bring one in.
Well, back in the 40s, what you don't understand is these cars were made from an alloy that had a...
Well, see, actually, there was an underground room under the driveway, and the car would have been too heavy to drive over if Michael was still in the car. So they had to take 130 pounds out, and then they could drive over it safely without.
Well, don't they have a little chain too?
Yeah,
we do see that in the scene.
They close it after they.
Sorry, we need CID, Mr. Corleone.
So, do you think that they're on Long Island? Last time we saw Michael, they were in Manhattan. Did that car go pick him up in Manhattan? Did he take the LIRR out there and then they picked him up at the station? What's your thoughts on that?
I think they probably went and picked him up. Where you been, kid?
Yeah.
And when Sonny calls him.
Yeah.
Because Kay and Michael had been staying at a hotel.
Right.
So I'm guessing Kay stays at the hotel? We'll see in the next few minutes if she joins them.
Right. Yeah, we don't know what...
I think she's still outside the phone booth.
She's like, oh, Michael. He closed the door while she was.
She's still dealing with the guy who gave them the newspaper. He's like, you got to pay for this paper.
Extra. Where does Michael live? What is his residence? I guess he just got out of the army.
Yeah, he just got out.
Or the Marines.
Yeah.
So
I know he's been in the city for a few days, although he didn't tell his family. He's been staying at a hotel in Manhattan with Kay.
But who apparently also does not live in Manhattan.
Yeah, she lives with her family up in New England.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's all I had for the minute, though.
The only thing, the other moment I had was that musically, this is the debut of what I call the Godfather suspense music. That dun, 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 which I guess most famously is in the hospital scene that's coming up where they're so
it's like a chiming. It's like a For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Yeah.
It's kind of a chiming.
and then that kind of like, is that a minor that kind of like dun, dun, the kind of like violins underneath
swelling
it
of low brass or something, or low strings.
Yeah, very good. It's good
Yeah,
music.
it's very cool.
Yeah. And it ends with the minute ends with Mikey walking into the Corleone future Frankie Five Angels compound.
Yeah. I'm glad this house never went to strangers.
All right, so what do you want to rate this one?
Well, we learned the Don is still alive.
5 shots and he's still alive.
5 shots in his Sicilian hide, and he's still alive. 5 shots in his Sicilian
5
hide.
hides still alive.
I mean, it's cool. You hear the music. It's kind of borderline 2 to 3. I would give it a 2.5.
I'm gonna say 2.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah,
you learn some new information, but as far as
it's really like a
drama,
linking kind of a scene. So but coming up we have the big a lot of good stuff.
A lot of good stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Speaking of coming up, we have only a few
flower.
minutes left until Paulie. You know what happens to Paulie?
What happens to Paul?
You won't be seeing him no more.
Well, you'll see him one more time at least.
Well, maybe one more time.
Well, Paulie, you'll be seeing him one more time. This is quite at the same.
My advice to Paulie: stop calling out sick.
Yeah, that's this should be a lesson to everyone. Like it's like a training film. Don't call out sick and betray your.
Oh man, you know what? I know we talked about in the last bonus content of talking about game shows. In this bonus content, maybe
game shows. We talked about game shows.
Well, we talked about talking about game shows.
Okay.
Like if the Godfather, if the characters were going to host game shows, what would they do?
Okay, got it.
That's one possibility. Another one is Godfather recruiting training videos.
Okay, I like it.
We can go with it. Come on,
let's see. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But in the meantime, here is your cannoli countdown minutes.
Countdown, guns and cannoli. Countdown, won't be seeing Paulie no more.
Paulie betrayed me, he got a cold and then didn't show up to work. I thought Paulie was a good kid, but it turned out he was the stupid jerk.
I'm talking about a countdown, guns and cannoli. Countdown, you won't be seeing Paulie no more.
You gotta leave the gun to send a clear message, or else you might lose your life. And whatever you do, take that cannoli. Don't upset Clemenza's wife.
We're working on a countdown, guns and cannoli. You won't be seeing Paulie no more.
How many minutes left? How many minutes left? We're doing the countdown. How many minutes left? How many minutes left? Consigliere. How many minutes left?
So, Alex, how many minutes left? Not many left.
Well, if this is minute 53,
53.
53,
53.
and it happens in 59, then that must mean there are 2 minutes left.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes left.
I can't hear you.
2 minutes left.
No, wait a minute. That's not right. It's not 2 minutes
I'm
left.
surprised you really went with
Oh
it, though.
man, you got me singing. I didn't heed the Godfather's advice, which is to keep my enemies closer.
Now, you mentioned the bonus content, which people can hear by going to godfatherminute.com/support. And I think we talked about this off the air. You can feel free to edit this out if this is not the case. But my understanding was that once the cannoli scene happens, you are going to make the cannoli countdown as available as an MP3 for our Patreon supporters.
That's right.
So they can listen to the song anytime they want for as long as they want.
That's right. When minute 59 is released, we will also release the cannoli countdown MP3.
The first song in the double concept album that we will be releasing. So
it's Kilroy. Kilroy. And just last night I mixed, and it's a new mix of the cannoli countdown too. I tweaked it for MP3 to add to your library. I adjusted some levels.
How long is it?
How
many minutes long is it?
59 minutes long.
59 minutes.
So it'll blow out your iTunes.
That's like the dance
It'll blow out your iTunes library. Well, it's really just a minute long, but the remaining 58 minutes is the Don going, how many minutes left, which I re-recorded.
Yeah.
And just kept saying like, come on, Bonacera, how many minutes left? Come on, Connie, how many minutes left? I went through all the characters.
Oh, you know what it should be? It should be the when you say come on, Connie, then it should be Connie going, how many minutes left, Johnny?
That's even perfect. We can make it a 4-hour cannoli countdown.
Come on, Funky Five Angels.
He would sing it as Frankie and the Five Angels.
All right, anyway, we should save all this for the bonus.
Oh man, we're rocking.
So
we're on.
So yes, join us there, and until then, take the gun and leave that cannoli.